Good morning, Blue Jays fans, and welcome to Jay's Latest. I'm your host, Craig Borden. As you can see, I'm not at my house today. I'm actually in New York City. I just got done seeing Billy Idol with a friend here in New York City at Madison Square Garden. We're going to be talking all things Toronto Blue Jays really quick, not Billy Idol, just saying. So, on that note, let's talk about the big elephant in the room, the fact that the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen and starting rotation are in a massive change all of a sudden. Shane Bieber is going to be back tomorrow, Friday evening, to pitch against the Miami Marlins, which means he has to have room in the rotation. For the time being, at least what that's going to do is that's going to have the Blue Jays having Eric Lauer move to the bullpen. Not sure how much I agree with that one because Lauer has been officially one of our best pitchers, and it's not even like close. He's been incredible. He's been great. I hope this is temporary because I get it. I do. But six-man rotation does seem like that would be a better idea. But at the end of the day, this is about the team having something to just run with to the end here. And they want to get the most out of their big three, which they include Shane Bieber in that big three. Not terribly shocking by that exact same thing. But to that point, to do this with Eric Lauer with the season he's having just seems evil. But I hope at the end of the day that they'll figure something out here. I was honestly worried that this was going to happen, and I thought that this might be one of those things where Chris Bassett actually was unfortunately finishing that mold of looking really good out of the bullpen. Here we are. That didn't quite work out that direction, but that doesn't mean things won't change. So, on that note, that is exactly what we're going to talk about for that. As far as the rotation is concerned, it now includes, former Cy Young Award pitcher Shane Bieber and Eric Lauer, who is all of the good things, and I cannot say enough wonderful things on how he is a huge part of how the Toronto Blue Jays are currently in first place and what we've been doing. So, thank you, Eric. It's been great, but I know you'll do great out of the bullpen too with what you've been doing. So, let's move on because the fun part about this whole thing is now we get to talk after I just said I thought that Chris Bassett was running toward the bullpen. That he is definitely not just the bullpen arm. Um, but have a great day for him in Pittsburgh. The Blue Jays, not so much. Handed our first series loss in what seems like an eternity. That had no fault to Chris Bassett, though. Chris Bassett just crushed it. Chris Bassett, through 5 2/3, allowed only 6 hits, 2 earned runs, and walked 2 while striking out 10. That is the interesting part, that he struck out 10. It was just an insanely good day for him. The biggest problem that we had in the whole thing is with the Tommy Pham fiasco going on, that he was, of course, the one that gave the Pittsburgh Pirates the lead. Let me see if this looks better with the play. Yep, that ain't working. So, on that note, it's just how the Blue Jays, there it's better. Cookie crumbles at the end of the day. The Tommy Pham hits his double with Brian Reynolds and Spencer Horwitz on the on base, and just takes the Blue Jays out of the equation basically in the first inning. I thought it was the second. Jeez, this game really did get started at the beginning and never went anywhere. So, um, if anybody had not seen Tommy Pham, obviously, basically started a brawl because of his ego the other night with Tyler Heineman asking for was that a strike or was that really a ball call? And Pham took exception to it. And this is just the story of Tommy Pham and one of the many reasons why he didn't end up getting traded to a contender at the trade deadline and why he's still a Pittsburgh Pirate. So nobody wants the circus. But he's a good player. He beat us pretty much with the only major hit in this game yesterday, outside of the other part here we'll talk about. But Pham gets the Blue Jays on, or not the Blue Jays, gets the Pirates on the board, and they didn't look back. And the youngster pitching for the actual Pittsburgh Pirates, wow, he ended up looking really good in this game. Um, was it Jose Oviedo? Wait for it. I lost my stat. Yeah, Johan Oviedo. I didn't think that sounded right. Is a great major league start for him. It's his second start officially this season, and he mowed right through the Toronto Blue Jays. So let's talk that part out because this is the reason we really lost the game. We just could not solve Oviedo. 5 innings of work only allows 2 hits. Blue Jays only collect three hits in the entire game. Didn't really ever get clicking, and it just never went there. So that being said, like, props to this kid. Picks up his first major league win of the season, and the only blemish on his evening or afternoon, I think, was George Springer took him really deep. George Springer continues to be hot, and what a breath of fresh air he's been like this whole season. But now with Vladdy temporarily on the IL, not IL, but day to day, we'll see how that offense is going to continue. The guess for Vladdy is that he's going to be back after the extra day off here today, so that Friday evening he'll be ready to go at Miami. But three hits, like I said, that's it. Home run by George Springer in the first. Really, the only thing to sing of for the Blue Jays offense, and it did take a dip yesterday. Um, if the funnier part about that is, like I said, we had three hits. George Springer's home run, and then Bo Bichette, Bo Bichette had the other two. Bet in the three hole yesterday, so that doesn't spell win. Unless we somehow only gave up no runs. But bullpen held out very well. Brandon Fisher, Brandon Little, and Sir Anthony Dominguez in this one, all allowing no runs. But hey, it is what it is. So moving right along, the Blue Jays will be heading to Miami. So it will be Shane Bieber's debut as a Toronto Blue Jay Friday evening. He will be facing nobody yet. Sorry, Miami has not announced who the starter was. I could have sworn I saw. So the Blue Jays fans are going to finally get to see what the Shane Bieber is all about. In 136 career games, he is a 62 and 32 pitcher. His win and loss record with a 3.22 ERA. So he's good. Just saying. So on that note, Blue Jays fans, we will be here after. We'll talk about all fun things tomorrow after the game, and we'll go there. I hope you have a great day. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll talk to you soon. Go Blue Jays.